Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me today is Rachel Goldman. She is the CEO and director at Paramount Gold Nevada. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is PZG on the NYSE American, and Paramount Gold Nevada will be presenting at our upcoming investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase in Las Vegas, April 25 through 27, 2023. For more information to register and see this presentation and to meet Rachel and the team, please go to planetmicrocapshowcase.com. And with that, Rachel, thank you for joining me today. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Bobby. It's great to see you again.
It's great to see you too. So for those that don't know the Paramount Gold Nevada story yet, or haven't seen one of the interviews that we've done in the past, to start us off, can you give us that quick overview of the company and then we'll go from there?
Yeah, sure. So Paramount is a U.S. domiciled company. We're also, as you mentioned, listed on the U.S. Stock Exchange, and all of our assets are in the U.S. So we really are a U.S. play on gold. Which is somewhat uniquely positioned, given that there are a lot of companies that are small like ourselves who are either listed in Canada or Australia. So we really are a pure U.S. company. We have, between our two main assets, total of 3.5 million ounces of gold resources split between Oregon and Nevada. And in fact, we are in the process right now of permitting what is going to be Oregon's first ever modern mine. So we do have first mover advantage in the state, and it has given us an opportunity to work very collaboratively, both with the counties that we're going to be touching. We have a lot of strong county and community level support to see this move forward. This is actually an aerial picture behind me of what the Grassy Mountain site looks like. It's very remote. It's based in Eastern Oregon, and it'll provide an opportunity to create, a new industry really in the state, which will stimulate a lot of job growth and economic growth, hence all the support that we get there. And working with the regulators for the first time they're moving through the permitting process will also help create an opportunity to open the state up for future investment as well.
Very good. Yeah, I was going to say the last time we did an interview together, we published that on September 1st, 2022. And we were talking about where we were at with the permitting process right now. So one, can you kind of give us a little bit there, but where are we right now in terms of the permitting process from what you can tell us? And then how long does permitting process normally take? And is it different because it's a new state? You're opening up a new industry.
I would say because it's a new state, there is no precedent, obviously. And the way the regulations are written in Oregon, it is actually a time-based process. And we're right now on the cusp of what's going to be a very significant permitting milestone, which is that when the state of Oregon issues what's called a notice to proceed, it means that all of the collaborative permitting agencies have gone through our application. We've gone back and forth answering additional questions for them, and they feel that they have all the information in hand to be able to start drafting permits. And why this is so significant that we should get this in the coming months is that then they have a 225-day time frame to both complete an environmental assessment, which they're already collaborating on with the BLM, where we've already received approval for our plan of operation. So that was significant as well. But for the state, they will then have 225 days to issue draft permits. So it will be the first real signal to the market in an unknown jurisdiction, in a sense, that yes, this is actually moving forward. So it's really an exciting opportunity because we recently updated the feasibility study on Grassy Mountain to SK 1300 standards, which is a new SEC requirement. And we've outlined, even with the inflationary pressures that we've had over the last couple of years, this project at a $1,750 gold price has an NPV of about 114 million. If you look closer to a $2,100 gold price, which we're kind of a stone's throw from right now, that rises to close to 190 million. The thing I like to point out is our current feasibility study is only based on about 400,000 of the total million ounces that we have outlined already at Grassy Mountain. So we're really starting with a core, high-grade core underground mine, and we'll look for expansion opportunities beyond that. So from where I sit right now, you asked about some catalysts for the company. That would certainly be the number one.
So Rachel, while you're going through this process, the company's still pre-revenue, until you get the okay, you're kind of wait and see. So how is the company doing? How's the cash position? Love to know more there.
So the most significant development on our funding file, which is obviously not insignificant, is we recently announced a term sheet with Sprott Streaming for $10 to $15 million, which is roughly equivalent to our current market cap of non-equity dilutive financing, which will come available to us once we receive this notice to proceed from the state of Oregon. So, it has become obviously a very significant event for us, but, bringing in a partner of the caliber of Sprott with their history in the mining sector and global exposure, I'm really excited to have them on board. So we're in the process now of working through definitive documentation so that we'll have something formal that we can announce to the public as well.
Very good. And Rachel, my final question for you today, as I said at the top, you're going to be presenting in Vegas in a couple of weeks here. We're recording this on Monday, April 10th, 2023. So what would you say are the 1 to 3 reasons or a couple of reasons why folks should want to not only see your presentation, but also potentially do a one-on-one with you?
Yeah, I at the outset, I mentioned that there aren't a lot of purely US listed microcaps in particular in the mining space. So for anybody who's exploring understanding gold and getting some exposure to gold, certainly as we sit here with it over 2000, there are a lot of geographies in the world that are quite prolific producers. The US has a lot of natural endowment, and there aren't necessarily a lot of ways to play it on the cheap. And so if there's an opportunity to pick up a company like ours that's trading at single digit ounce in the ground versus where the current price is right now, certainly, yes, we have to get through some hoops or some wood to chop to be able to realize all that value, but it does give people, I think, an opportunity to be involved in a jurisdiction that they feel more comfortable with, perhaps in the US as opposed to others. And yes, while this is an unknown permitting jurisdiction, I would say that the stock right now is not representing any permitting success being priced in. So there is a strong potential there, as I said, as we get closer to this near-term milestone of receiving notice from the state that they're going to move forward. What I would also add is that in addition to our exposure to Oregon, where we have potential for further resource growth there, we also have a big asset in Nevada called Sleeper, which is both a past producer and had a historic resource on it, which was quite significant, which we have been doing some work on to upgrade and update as well. So we have a number of different catalysts that will come out over this next 6 to 9 months.
Absolutely. Well, Rachel, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on Paramount Gold Nevada?
Yeah, on our website, which is paramountnevada.com, or on social media, and hopefully we'll see some of you in Vegas.
Very good. Well, Rachel, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. And I look forward to seeing you in Vegas.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you.